Yeah, the time clocks in which the hormonal cycles work are for sure different. Yeah, the sort of the menstrual cycle, like if that cycle is it's like 4 weeks, and there is different study that basically say and the more are being published now too, that the brain chemistry actually changes as well. So not only are the hormones changing and like people are different, but like every single week the entire brain chemistry is different. So that has so many implications on how the body needs to be nourished, the body, the you need to be interacted with socially, or you want to withdraw maybe, and like movement and all of these different pieces that in a lot of time in today's society it's just like, oh hey, well you have to do everything the same every day and perform at like 110%, but that's not necessarily realistic for the cyclical body. The cyclical body in this aspect needs maybe, different time frames. I know for myself, I'm less productive during my menstrual cycle than I am sort of around my ovulation and near the end of my follicular phase. So there's different phases where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to be more creative and productive here. And I am fortunate enough to work for myself, so I have the space to allow that. But having more conversation and creating more space for folks to talk about it is like, okay, maybe at your day, your 9 to 5 job, your corporate job, whatever, people can sort of have those conversations with their management team and be like, I'm like, if you want me to give it all, like you have to work with how my body works, because my body doesn't work on your timelines, it works on its timelines. Doesn't even work on my own
Mhm.
timelines, like
Yeah,
with my
exactly.
yeah, with my pocket guide, I was like, I'm gonna have it done like by this day. And then my body was like, no, like you need to take it a bit longer, and your creative process is gonna happen at a different time than when you're expecting it to.
Yeah,
So I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah,
gotta listen. And then more magic and more like incredible stuff comes out of that when the timing is more aligned versus, just being on some sort of arbitrary timeline that's created and doesn't really serve the body, for any person, but specifically
yeah.
for cyclical people.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. The way of
Yeah.
society has kind of been built for more for men.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's just not quite conducive to all of us when we cycle through all of these different things. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool. It's cool to see kind of how the world is changing as well, and even just opening up people's confidence to be able to talk about these things and talk to it about their like to their employers and all of these things. I think it's really, really cool to see the direction that the world is going.
Yeah.